Cold game. First round draft pick.
Welcome to another episode of Cold Game Live. I'm your host, Isaiah Dotson. I'm here with my co-host, Malcolm Vanille. Cuz, what it do?
What it do, cuz? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, a big day today. A big day. Indiana hires his 31st head coach of the program, Darian DeVries, making him the new Indiana head coach. After 1 year with the West Virginia Mountaineers, after multiple seasons before that with Drake, he had a over 70% winning percentage over there at Drake. He came to West Virginia his first season. West Virginia was at the bottom of the Big 12. He came over there after his first season, won 10 more games than they won last year. Completely flipped that program around. So give me your thoughts on Darian DeVries. Did Indiana make the right hire?
I don't think we'll know if they made the right hire until next basketball season. I think you'll start to get an idea of the right hire on how he starts to construct his roster. With that being said, with him being hired, he has a son, Tucker DeVries, who I think should be coming over with him. And just looking at Tucker DeVries' stats and everything, he's a 6'7", 220-pound guard. I like that. And just watching the film and everything on him, he's a sniper. So go ahead and bring Tucker with you and, build around your son. I think that's a you can kind of take from the Deion Sanders tree when you talk about that. And, when you got a kid that you've been coaching your whole life, who knows your offense, who knows what you expect, and you have the now probably more of a financial backing to build that around him. With him being I think he'll be going into his 5th year as a senior next year. So let's give that Darian DeVries a shake. I was looking, like you said, his stats. He has a 70% win percentage on his career. His best year was probably 2020 at Drake, 26-5. He made it to the NCAA tournament. But then in 2023 and 2024, he also made it to the conference tournament and NCAA tournament. So I think we can give him a fair shake. We can, we ain't gonna crown him. We ain't gonna crown him that guy, but. Is it a bad hire? That's to be determined. I know we spoke about it, and he said he had the same record as IU did. So what was the caveat about that? But it's the same record IU did. It's the same record IU had, but like you said, he took that West Virginia team and got them 10 more wins than they did last year. So that's kind of the big whoop for me. But what do you think, cuz?
I support it. I'm excited. That's our coach, so I'm ready to support. I'm on the train. Let's get this thing rolling. He took a Drake program that hadn't won before he got there. He took that Drake program and he started winning with them off the rip. He's known to turn around programs. I'm excited to see what he brings to Bloomington. One thing about IU that you must know is that they're going to bring out that Brinks truck. They're going to come with that cheese. And that's exactly what happened. They came with that cheese. I reported NIL budget this past year was $5 million, as everybody knows. They promised Darian DeVries. They said, listen, we're going to give you 7. So they upped it by 2. He himself, he's on a 6-year, $5 million a year contract. So he's getting cheese. His players is going to get cheese. So that's an incentive for players to come play in Indiana. That's one thing that really nobody in the Big Ten can really match us with is that money. And money talk. Whether we like it or not, we are in the NIL era. And once you start bringing out that cheese, players and coaches and parents, they ears perk and their eyes pop because everybody want to get paid. So us having that large NIL budget definitely helps. That's supposedly the reason why he chose us over a program like Iowa. He's from Iowa. He's a native of Iowa. They was coveting him since Fran McCaffrey was let go last week. Their eyes immediately shifted to Darian DeVries. They saw he's a native. His brother was a star at Iowa. We want him. He's ours. But they wouldn't commit to the financial budget, to the NIL backing that he wanted. And West Virginia, they was hoping that they could resign him, but he said no. I'm going to IU. Us with our history, and that money, he can make some things happen. He's known as a relentless worker, a tireless recruiter, and like you said, he's bringing his son with him. What better way to get things popping? His son, two-time Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, a two-time Missouri Valley Conference MVP of the tournament. He was a freshman of the year in that conference. He's a killer. He's bringing him along for the ride, so I think it's a no-brainer for sure. So I'm definitely excited about the hire. He has my full support. Now let's see what players that's went into the portal. Let's see what players we can bring back. But you know what? They can go. Malik Renew's already in the portal. You know what he said on his way out, cuz?
What was that?
He writes a thank you letter to the fans. He said, I just want to thank Hoosier Nation. I always mention I want to thank the University of Indiana. The University of Indiana. You talking about Indiana University? That's
Right,
what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. You just not thinking before you do stuff. You know, that was the problem. That was the whole problem during his 3 years at Indiana. He never paid attention to the assignment, you know, and it's the little details like that. And you would think that a player that's been here 3 years, you would think he would get the name of the university right.
Right.
He didn't do that on his way out the door. Gabe Cupps entered the portal, former 4-star recruit from Ohio. He was injured this past year. Doesn't bother me not one bit. He was really too small and too slow to really play the type of ball we like to play. You know, we need killers, man. I'm tired of seeing the dudes who barely can get by. Yes, you know how to play basketball, man, but it's more than playing basketball. Can you bring the program to the next level? Because as we know, guards win in a tournament. Guards win college basketball games. If you ain't got the best guards, you're not going to win a lot of games. Now, was he one of the best top guards in the country? No. Therefore, I won't miss him. We need to get pure killers. If you ain't that, then we don't want you on the team. So I look forward to seeing what type of talent he brings in, specifically what type of guard talent he brings in. And we'll see if we can get this thing back on track. Any final thoughts on this hiring, cuz?
I think you said it. I'll really be tuned in to who's starting to commit to IU, who we bring in through the transfer portal, who Darian DeVries has his eye on. What's the you know, now that he has that bag behind him, he can really go after that talent that he really wants, if that's available. So, and I think you'll see more of that after the NCAA tournament, you know, when boys is, you know, ready to hop into that transfer portal. Just like Shakir said, man, you gotta recruit, or who said, I forgot who told me this. I think you might have said this, cuz my bad. You got to recruit the players on your team. You got to recruit that transfer portal. You got to recruit high school. You know, he has a lot of recruiting to do. So that's what I want to see him make a splash on that recruiting trail, and put a team together for IU. They deserve it. You know, IU fans deserve it, and bring that winning mentality. He's gonna have a lot to follow. You know, a lot of he'll have the heat off of him for a while, because everybody's gonna have their eyes on Kirk Cignetti, on what he's doing down with that football team. Because I know everybody's geared up and ready for that, you know, next run under Cignetti. So he'll have some big shoes to follow up after the 2025-26 IU football season.
Absolutely. Very well said. We look forward to seeing what Darren DeVries does at Indiana, and we'll have all the covers regarding the state of the program, his moves he's making, his staff he assembles. We'll have more for you on that front. Moving on, we're going to turn our attention to the NBA. There's still games going on right now. The Bucks just took the lead on the Warriors 71-70. Looks like Steph is not playing. The game I want to turn our attention to is the Celtics versus the Nets. The Celtics defeat the Nets 104-96. And it doesn't look like Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown played in this game. And what do the Celtics do? And the Celtics just continue to roll. That's what they do, man. They got shooters coming from everywhere. Shout out to Baylor Shireman, rookie from Creighton, sniper. Comes out of nowhere, clips 6 for 7 from 3, 7 for 6 overall from the field. Drops 20 points, man. Where are they finding these dudes at? That's just a testament to Brad Stevens and that Celtics organization, in that front office. And so the way they balled out, man, is just extremely impressive. And let's not forget about Kristaps Porzingis. He's back, y'all, and it's scary. Do not forget how talented this guy is. He comes back. He has 25 points, 13 rebounds tonight off of 9 for 13 shooting, 1 for 4 from the field. It gets spooky. And the crazy thing is, Al Horford, you would think that they all set because they already got him, and they're going to roll with him, but you forget they got this unicorn, this animal who hasn't been playing. And it just adds another element to their team. Like we always say on the show, and we'll stand on this position for the next weeks, months, years even. We want all the smoke. But with that being said, we have to pay respect to the defending champions. They look scary. What do you think? What's your thoughts on around the NBA and them Celtics, cuz?
Oh, man. Celtics did their thing. I think they did what they were supposed to do against the Brooklyn Nets. You do go ahead and sit your star talent, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and let them breathe. They've been being on workhorses for so many, months. And you got to get Kristaps back acclimated. How many games has he played this year? He's so much in and out. It's always a good signing we can catch Kristaps Porzingis, but I want him to be healthy going into the playoffs. Really, it don't matter to me because I'm going for the Pacers. So the less people they got out there, the better for me. But I'm not gonna hate on the Celtics. They did their thing, like you said. Kristaps Porzingis led them, and I think getting him into his flow will just be better with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown back out there. So I think the Celtics is going to be a scary team to face in those playoffs. But we'll see if they can stay healthy and when they can put that full product out there. I mean, that's all I can say. Brad Stevens. I know a lot of people get a lot of love around that Celtics organization, but I think Brad Stevens is worth every penny that you pay him plus more. I think he can, he's the type of dude who can go anywhere and ask for more money because he's worth it. Like he's a proven winner as a coach. He's a proven GM. He's a proven, like he does a good job. He knows the game of basketball, so he might be one of the best basketball minds in the NBA, and he's making a case to be one of the best to ever come through the NBA, coaching, front office, whatever have you. So shout out to Brad Stevens. Shout out to the Celtics on a win. That's it they were supposed to get. So yeah, good job, Celtics.
Good job, Celtics. And another game that went final, the Hawks beat the Hornets 134-102. We'll take a quick look at the standings and see what the East looks like. The Pacers sit at number 5 in the East. We are tied with Milwaukee currently. If the playoffs started today, we'll be playing Milwaukee. It looks like that's going to be our matchup. So let's get ready to rip the antlers off them deers. All right. Moving on, we want to preview Purdue versus High Point. They play Thursday at 12:30 on CBS. When that game kicks off, it will be High Point's first time playing a high major all season long. So they do have a lot of seniors on that team, but believe that Purdue will be ready. They live for this tournament. It's a lot of veterans on that team. I expect Braden Smith, the Big Ten Player of the Year, to come out and ball. He just has experience in that tournament. Him, Trey Kaufman-Wren, Caleb First, Fletcher Lawyer. I expect them to come out and put on off the rip. No questions about it. Matt Painter's going to have his team ready to go, and they will perform against High Point. So I'm taking Purdue to win big. I don't think the game will be close. What you think, Cuz?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be close. I think, just be good for High Point to, get the little exposure for their program. It'll be a quick little high and buy if Purdue goes out and handles their business. I don't know if they can handle that. It's one thing to be battle tested and then play some major schools, but for that to be your first one, I don't think Purdue's the one to, that'll be your first big game. So I just don't want to see Purdue to come out flat and play down to their level. I want them to play, as they should play, like a championship team, So not saying that they won anything, but they have that type of a championship expectation. So that should be an easy deal for Purdue, as long as they go out there and handle their business.
All right. We're gonna close this episode on this note with some straight facts. We are sports historians. We are spuff borts. We are sports buffs.
Sports buffs. Yeah. I know what you said. I know what you meant.
And we're gonna give it to you like this. On March 19th, 1955, the University of San Francisco Dons clinched the 17th NCAA men's tournament championship by defeating LaSalle 77-63. Future Hall of Famer Bill Russell was pivotal in this victory and was named the tournament's most outstanding player. Shout out to Bill Russell. I always love watching San Fran hoop. They always, every time they on TV, they catch my eye. They have history. What's your thoughts on that, cuz?
Shout out to Bill Russell. What year you say that was?
1955.
1955. Shout out to Bill Russell. Definitely the GOAT back in. Probably still arguably the GOAT today. I mean, who's a better runner than him, So shout out to Bill Russell.
If my math serves me correct, that's 70 years ago.
Yeah.
That's right. 70 years ago, man. Shout out to the GOAT Bill Russell, man. Hall of Famer, Celtics legend. One of the best to ever do it on the sideline and playing.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Coldgame.
Coldgame.
Four, cold game. First round draft pick.